Hey guys, Cow here. This is a... Oh hey look, I got all the 4 god swords and all the shields. Well, not spectral, of course. No, I'm kidding. This is... I don't care for none of this. This is a... I'm just gonna show how to do the beta and everything for beginning out if you haven't already been on here. Because, you know, none of this really matters on the actual game. You just like drop it off. Alright, starting out, just so that people know, these are where all your spells are. There's attack, strength, defense, your HP, range, and mage. Mage, that's where all the spells are. You can move it up and down and set them for different things. As of here, you can just drag them anywhere and you put them on there. You can do the same for prayers. They also updated all these. There's a new version of Turmoil for range and magic, which is Torment for magic and Anguish for range, which is amazing, just like the stats that it gives and everything. It does the same animation for just as normal Turmoil with the Thunder Hands. And to start out with, you can get infinite armor pretty much. To actually get the beta, you go to the home page. On the front part of it, it'll say Combat Beta. You click that and then you say Play Combat Beta, and then you just let it download and you play it. You log in if you've already been accepted. When you do log in, on the bottom left corner it'll say like update to your account, and it'll give you all your stats of your current thing. You cannot just like have max stats automatically. It is your account from normal RuneScape that does it. And to start off with, there's the melee. There's 2 spots that you can actually do this with. This is in front of the Grand Exchange, and the other spot is in Lumbridge to do this. There's just like melee and such. There's the Bandos helmets. They changed the look of tassets again. There's Bandos gloves. They came out with Torva gloves, Torva boots, infinite divines. You know, you can just like get an inventory of them. Like whatever. I'll bank those in a second. But you can also do the same for range. There's free Ellies. They came out with armored gloves and an armor shield. They called it the Buckler. They came out with Pernix gloves, Pernix boots, which is pretty amazing. They came out with other smaller ones like the green dragonhide shield, the blue dragonhide shield, stuff like that. And there was one thing that I don't remember the name of. I don't remember the name of it. Oh, let me see if I can find it on one of the other guys. But then you have magic. You can get, you know, just infinite arcanes. Came out with Virtus boots, Virtus gloves, Ganodermic gloves, Ganodermic boots, the Gilferic shield, all those kind of things. They came out with, that's what it was, Batwing. There you go. That's the new mage sort of stuff, Batwing. It's for lower levels, of course. Came out with Spider Silk as well. That's for the lower levels. And Impide, of course, lower levels. In the middle here, you have for runes, you can get, you know, just withdraw all armor runes. There you go. You can get food in pots, just potions, such. You can't actually sell anything back to them. Like, see, it just says NA, you can't sell anything back. So you have to individually drop them or note them and then drop them from your bank. He has food here and potions. You can get arrows and bolts, you know, onyx bolts, dragon bolts and such. Over here, there's the 1 to 30, just normal noob gear there, and you right click them again for the 40 to 80. There's all the god swords, whipvine. I don't know why they only put the Guthans and the Torags in here, but not like the rest of the barrow sets. There's a dragon pickaxe, dragon hatchet, which I'll get to those later. And what was the third option? The offhands. These are offhand weapons. That means that like you have your normal hand. Or hang on here. Let me drop one of these. Yeah, I want to drop it. It's just a divine. Get an offhand. We will get one scimitar. Drop another divine. Get a normal scimitar. Where's normal scimitar? And then you can equip both of them. And it goes in your offhand and your normal hand. It's actually, oh hey look, full dragon. But to get out of the normal stance, you just have to be in combat. You can't really get out of it any other way. Next one, we have the range. There's just normal stuff like that. They came out with Dragon two-handed crossbow. There's all the other sorts of two-handed crossbows, and they changed the look of longbows as well. Then let's see, the offhand weapons for it, just normal stuff. You can have dual crossbows. For maging, they came out with a lot of new wands. There's Virtus wand, Arms wand, Griffolic wand, Bat wand, lower levels, and so on and so on. You get Mudstaff, Staff of Lights, Polypores, all that stuff. But I'll go to the bank and show what else. None of these things actually count for being in your bank, so you can, you just have them in your bank. So like whatever, you can have those. I got multiple, like a full Virtus, multiple kite shields. That's the next thing that I wanted to talk about. Let's go to engineering real quick. Alright, here's another thing that I wanted to show. That is the new look of the kiln cape. That is amazing. It has the particle effects and everything on it. I am yet to get that cape, but I will soon because the combat is ridiculous on this. That was actually designed by a girl, I don't remember her name, but she designed that and JaGeX actually put it in the game. But let's go to the rewards here. It just gives you infinite. You can buy any of them. Offhand chaotic rapier, yes. Normal rapier, buy, yes. As long as you have the level for it, then you can get them for free. Yes, give me one. And you can dual wield those as well. Offhand rapier, normal rapier. You can do the. I wish to see dual shields. That would be interesting. But you can get any of the chaotics here. I don't know why they put price settings on the ring, but they did give you what 525k of the tokens. And we will be right back to the bank. One thing that kind of annoyed me is that they changed the mobilizing armies teleport from an air, a law, and a water to a water, an earth, and a law. And you can either just click it from there, or you can actually click the number that it's set to actually teleport, which is amazing for this. One thing that people will have to get used to is you have to hit enter to type, or if you just minimize this, then you can type. But otherwise, you'll have to get used to that because you can hear I hit the keyboard and nothing types. One thing that I would like to know is where to get rings and necklaces. Those weren't actually in this. They should be soon. I'm not really sure, unless I'm doing something wrong. Oh, alright, you can switch modes there. And I was going to show some PvP, or not PvP, but PVM. Let's go bossing real quick. Another thing, oh wait, let me go back over here because I need food. I love how the shield goes on the back like that. That is wonderful right there. The wand just goes sheathed in the side right there. At the side, shield goes on the back when you're not in combat. Something that I do not like is the way that Max Cape looks now. Same with completion. They made it skinny at the top. I do not like that. I hope they keep it the way that it normally is. But let me see, food. I need food. For some reason, Rocktail heals loads more than brews. Let's just take one brew and see the life points go up. It goes 1684. Goes from 16 to 21. So that's 500 boost. And then when you eat a Rocktail, 1860. So you're gonna want to go with Rocktail first off. The max HP, I'm not too sure, but with just boosting up with entire Virtus here, it goes up to almost 1100, which is pretty amazing. I don't need that brew. There we go. I'll get there when we get to the boss. Rock. Another thing that you can do, you can move individual prayers over as well, or you could just move the entire quick prayer. You just move it there, you hit it, and it turns your quick prayers on to whatever you have set for them. So that's wonderful. You can also move the run over. I don't really know why you would want to, but they did show that as well. The summoning, I'm not sure if you can do the summoning. Don't think so. But to trash something, you just drag it. Oh, come on, drag it. And there's this little button right here, and it just empties it. to move through them, you can only have 5. You just hold shift, you hit 1, you can hit 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is pretty good for that, I guess. I don't know why I had that on there. I wanted to go ahead and start out here at Calfight Queen, just to show like a dual, like a hybrid sort of thing, because it's not that great. It sort of is once you get good at it, but to like just immediately switch and then like have your adrenaline bar up so high, like it will go down rapidly as you switch, because you have to stay in combat to keep it up. And we'll go ahead and start that out here. Another thing is that overloads, they don't hurt you, which is kind of odd to me, but they only go up to 116, and they do bring magic up as well, so you don't actually have to heal off of that. And that was a car. But we will start out here. You'll have to get used to using the different turmoils. There are other people here, of course. Let's test this out. You want to hit shift and then switch over and just start using your spells right away. We have to switch our turmoils. Of course, the spells do quite a lot of damage. You'll have to get used to actually using. Some of them are confusing. I'll just reach up to the Tsunami Ultimate, which is amazing, and I would love for people to see, and I forgot a unicorn. Is this auto-casting still? Yes, of course it is. I'm going to just keep on, like, basically you just spam the different moves until you learn what each of them do. You can also just, like, click on them. Alright, Tsunami, this one, brings up a tidal wave, hits everything around you. Wonderful, wonderful. I love that so much. I'll show Metamorphosis after this if it's still alive, or on the next skill. The dash one, you can do that out of combat, which is wonderful for dungeoneering, just to dash through the room. But it usually goes until you hit a wall or something like that, something close to it. I'll keep going here until I'm able to use the Metamorphosis. Alright, it's dead, and we will just keep going with this. You're going to want to turn on Turmoil. Let's just keep using this. One thing that I really don't like is that it turns auto retaliate on when you attack something, like multiple targets. It just auto turns that on. I do not like that. Here's Metamorphosis. Depending on what your primary sort of thing is, you'll go to that type of spell. Armadillo runes count as air, so of course it'll go to air, and see it just turned my retaliate on, which is annoying as hell. I do not like that. We will switch back to melee here. That number 2, there we go. Switch that over, try to get some of my adrenaline up on here. Hopefully I'll start again when it spawns. Here's one of the ultimates before I go out of the stance. Oh, come on, where's one of the guys? Alright, never mind, she spawned. You'll just have to use it on her. I will protect from magic instead. Here we go. Alright, so you have the Sever, all different kinds. You can read them for yourself because I don't really know how to describe them. This one here will do a Massacre. That one, there you go. That'll do like a flurry kind of sort of thing. But there's also flurry, the Threshold abilities, which is wonderful. Try to solo this. Calfight Queen, wonderful boss here. Just try to duo, or not duo, but a hybrid. It's pretty easy. I wish I brought a unicorn though. Would have been much easier. I would use more abilities, but none of them are appealing to me. At the moment anyways. I haven't fully looked through them all. Just have to keep on attacking. It's much better maging it. Also, if it's in like if 2 people attack it at once, then you don't know who the drop is. We'll just use this ultimate. There we go. That was wonderful. Switch up here. Switch over our turmoils. Switch to range. Switch back to the 1. Overload. There we go. Getting it. You'll end up getting used to it. Like if you're a good PKer and you're used to using the F keys, then it'll be wonderful for that. I'll speed up the rest of this kill. Alright, there we go. And next, that's basically most of the combat. I won't really show range because I've not messed with the range too much. But I'll go on to skilling now. If you know how to use mouse keys for like dropping items and sort of things like that, then this update right here is just the most wonderful thing for you. And I will show that in a second after I get out of here. The first skill that I wanted to talk about with the new combat thing, the bar here, is mining, which if people use hotkeys, you know how you spam it and it goes down and it drops them all really quickly. Now this is much better, way better. You just move it over there, and the first option that's on it, or rather the only option, is to drop it. So let me just get a full inventory real quick. Alright, the other one died, so I had to come over here. But at first I thought that you just had to one-click it and it drops them, just like that. But if you just hold it, boom, drops the inventory. Just like that, go back to skilling. And even with that, just having a couple of them, you don't even have to click back on it. You just hold it, drops them all, and it continues. You don't have to click it again. You just hold it, and it continues. It'll also work with fishing. It won't work with wood cutting because the first option that's on it is to craft it, because it has fletching and then fire making. But for fire making, you just right click the pile and it does it. So that one's easy. It works with fishing. I know that. I tried monkfish. For mining, it does not work with granite, because granite, the first thing, is also what is it? Crafting. It's to like make them smaller or whatever. But even with the small one, it still has crafting as a first option. But for that, it's much easier to just right click on the taskbar to continuously drop. Or you could actually click this, but that's inefficient because then it just... Does that keep mining? Let me click here. Continue. Alright, yes. Just by rapid clicking it also works. But it's much easier just to hold the key and it drops them all. Simple as that. Let's see. Agility, same. They didn't change much of the skills. They did change the look of some of the skill capes, which they're just minor looks. But I don't see the use of those either. Like, it's the symbol on them that changed. They made it blue and such. I'll go ahead and I'll show those. Let me drop all these. Get out of here. No mining. The only 4 that I had noticed that they changed was thieving there. You see how it has that odd blue circle around it. They changed prayer. It has the blue circle around it. Construction. That one has the blue circle sort of thing around it. And the 4th one would be Herblore. It has the blue circle around it. Those are the only 4 skill capes that I looked at that had the change on them. So that'd be alright. I guess they look alright, but I still don't like the way that Max Cape looks. I was PKing earlier and I lost full Virtus and a set of full Torva in one of my Max Capes. So whatever on that. I still do not like the way that looks. And one of the last things I'll show you is the full sets of the outfits here. This is a full Bandos. There's the Bandos gloves. The Bandos shield looks amazing. It has the symbol, and then it has like his nose horn or his nose ring that's there, sort of thing. And the helmet, it looks alright. It looks like it has a gash going through the top of the helmet right there, which adds effect to it. The Bandos, I don't like how it looks right there as an item, but on the character it looks alright with the spikes sticking out of the shins. Here's full Torva with Divine, of course. The gloves and the boots, they of course match it. I don't like how it looks like there is a wooden stake coming out of your back when you have a shield on. You wouldn't really actually see that on a real person. I don't know why they didn't make armadillo boots. No idea why they did not do that. It made no sense to me. How they can make the shield and the gloves, but they don't have the boots. Don't know why. But here we also have full Pernix and Ellie, because Ellie is now a ranging shield. It's only for range, which I don't like, and I sold my Ellie on my actual accounts because of that. I'll just drop some of this and then look at some weapons. I would probably shit myself if I saw this much loot on the ground on real RuneScape, of course. You know, Divine, Torva, Pernix, Vanos, everything. This is my first look at some of these gears. I just wanted to look at them myself. This is Imp Hood. Second one, we have Spider Silk Robes. The third one actually has a shield with it, which is a Batwing. There you go. And then you have the Griffalock. That kinda looks cool. Not gonna lie, that kinda looks cool. But no, not really. The weapons look alright. The new Dragon two-hander crossbow. That does look pretty cool. I'll give it that. Looks alright. When holding staves, or it just looks weird how it has the wood sort of looking thing sticking out. Same with the God Sword. It just looks like it has a sheath. And I like how the God Sword is upside down like that. But the whip, it just curls up in the hand, which is alright. Dragon Claws Sheathed looks kind of odd. You have if you do have Dragon Claws in your bank already, then you will get the offhand automatically just in your bank. I did not see these in any of the stores, so I think that you already have to have them on the real RuneScape to be able to get those. Sorry this video was so long, but I will have to say farewell. I do think that skillers, mainly, like for mining and such like that, this bar will be pretty good, but just for those couple of skills, and for combat, just the way that combat is it's just changing so much like that. There's so much HP. Me and my friend KFC, we went to Bandos, and the kill count, the goblins are level 120. The kill count took us at least 30 minutes. And since there's only like 20 worlds or so, of course every world was packed full of people. And it took 20 to 30 minutes for a 40 kill count on the goblins. And the part where the auto retaliate just turns on and you start hitting multiple targets, that is the most annoying thing ever. I hated it so much because you have multiple things attacking you. When you do attack things, it does show their weakness, as does your own character. Even in PvP, it shows like if I turn on one of these turmoils, then it shows that I have that, and when I'm fighting someone, then they just click their combat there, and it shows that my character has that turned on right then. Same thing when you use abilities to like stun them. You can see if they're stunned or not just by looking at like what you've used on them. Hopefully, starting out if you're doing this for the first time onto the beta, this helps so that you're not completely lost on everything. Give it a like if it did help. And I like how the characters now have fingers. Can't really tell because my character's gloves are all black, but characters have fingers now. And they also have sort of a breathing ability. They just sit there and you can just watch them breathe. It's odd. Another thing that I'll say that I don't like is that items don't have prayer. They don't have a prayer boost anymore. Hopefully that's just temporary and they give that back to the Soul Warscape. The whole purpose of that was the prayer boost. But prayer just drains so quickly now. I also don't like how they changed the runes for some of these. They did make... Where is it? they did make things like Fire Surge. It only uses air and fires, and it has a 2-second cooldown. Vengeance, that has a 2-second cooldown. Things like Tsunami has a 60-second, of course, but that's an ultimate there. It's most of these things, like, they did change. I like how they did change those. I'll go do some Glaycores or something like that. Might record that, might not, I don't know. But yeah, enough of my rambling on. This is upwards of almost 25 minutes here, maybe longer. And I'm going to end it off here as my look on the beta, figuring everything out. I watched Castle Wars live stream. He did a bunch of stuff. He did the fight caves, and he killed Jad using the abilities, which was pretty impressive for the first day, first try. I'll also have to try out Dungeoneering, because the spells that are in there, because you can use Group Vengeance and the Gate Stone and all sorts of things like that. You're going to have separate tabs like that. But I do have the 4th and the 5th one open. But the first mage, second melee, third one teleports. You can have them any way that you want. You can, individual prayers. That's one thing that I really like about it. And, well, enough of this. I will see you guys later for my next God Wars video for Sarah, to try to get Seratum and Ilts. These are my actual items here. Didn't want to mess with those. So yeah, hopefully at Sarah I can get something. And I will see you guys later for that.